is, folks. Blackburn Rovers season's on the brink of collapse. Of course, standing in the way is Derby County this week, and a defeat and everything else going against us. We'll see Blackburn Rovers topple out the playoffs. Can the season be saved? We'll take a little look next. Another match preview. Looking forward to Blackburn Rovers' latest match at home. 3 on the trot now, and of course just the 1 point out of 2 so far. It's Derby County, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe and get your bang up today. All things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, world football related. I got food all over my chest. That's right, bloody hell. Clean it up, dirt. Clean it bloody up. That's right. What was that? I don't even know what that was. Might have been a bit of ice cream. Keto ice cream, of course, because we're on a diet. But anyway, we'll get all to that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They're the patrons, guys. Thank you for joining me on the Patreon. So thank you very much there. Of course, today we're going double vision, double vision, just like bosses, of course. When you want one, Alex, you get 2. That's right. We're going deepest, darkest, South Africa. Alexander Holmes, aka Holmesy to me, is of course standing by. And Alexander Haven is standing by over in England. They're both on the Zoom. They're both going to offer their insights. But let's kick it off with a debut for the preview. That's right, that rhymes. Let's go check out Holmesy down in South Africa. And of course, tell us a little bit about your hopes and expectations for this match as we edge closer to taking on Derby County at Ewood Park.
Good day, Dirk, and thanks so much for inviting me to be here with you today. Coming to you, of course, from sunny South Africa, Cape Town. Beautiful day here, sun is shining. So to answer your question, what really worries me? To be honest, what really worries me is Blackburn. Derby are a team that haven't done well in the last 11-12 matches. They had a bit of a recovery when they first were announced to go into administration, but they haven't really won since then. They have struggled. So what worries me is our form at the moment, our ability to score a goal, our ability to put those chances away. Our ability to score a penalty. I think that's my biggest worry at the moment. The chances will be there. I think we will dominate the game today, but will we be able to put those chances away? And that's the big question.
Same question for Alex number 2. It's like blind bloody date, of course. What are your expectations and dreams and visions for, of course, Tuesday night against Derby County? Is there any bloody hope for us today?
Hi. Derby's form away from home's not very good. They're very low in the table, and away from home they've lost their last 6. So Derby's away form is terrible. So Rovers should be winning this without question. Rovers should be winning. We said that recently and it hasn't worked out, but I think it applies to this game probably more than pretty much any other game. So they do have an attacking threat. I'm always worried about former players. We had Lawrence on loan and Kazim Richards, and I'm always worried about these former players. I just think it's possible they could do something, but I'm not overly worried about it. They tend to play a 4-2-3-1 at home, but more of a 4-4-2 away from home. So it seems like they're a bit more defensively minded away from home, which is understandable, but it hasn't been doing them any good. Not in the last 6 away games. So Lawrence has got 9 goals and 5 assists. Kazim Richards 4 goals and 1 assist. Revel Morrison's got 3 goals and 3 assists, and then you've got a few players like Planger's got 3 goals, 1 assist. Knight's got 2 goals, 3 assists, and then it's pretty much shared out. They're a bit thin with goals and assists otherwise. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, I'm not expecting too much from Derby. I think we can deal with them. I think Rovers can keep them at bay defensively. I think Tony will have sorted them out. I mean, we conceded in added on time in the last game against Bristol City. So I think Tony will hammer home to them that you don't switch off. You don't let that happen in added time. You don't. I think the defence will be solid. And they were solid as I say, they were solid, but they just got to see out the added on time as well. But I think they'll be solid against Derby, and yeah.
All right, thanks so very much, Alexes. We'll call you there. It's like a duo. It's like Bros. You know what I mean? You got two Alexes kicking ass and taking this. They are part of the mafioso. If you want to be part of the mafioso, there's vacancies. We're not a revolving door, but we're like a vacuum. We'll take anybody. Of course, if you can breathe, you get on board. So let's get into the thick of things. So here we go. Take a look at the match. Looking forward, of course, Rovers at play at Ewood Park. Of course, it's been a bit of a cauldron. Not a fortress, but a cauldron recently. No goals scored. Just 1 in 9. That's both home and away, of course. But this is supposed to be our fortress, but it's been a bit of a shit show for Rovers in the past few days. And to be honest with you, I'm coming into this not really expecting much, to be honest with you, because that's the way it is. It's like I've been in a boxing ring myself, and Mowbray's in a boxing ring this week, of course, with Rooney. That's right. I've been knocked down. I've been knocked down a lot of times. I'm getting back up again, but to be honest with you, I'm not going to win this match, am I really? I'm just getting pounded down, and I'll get back up, and as I do, I always get back up, but ultimately, at the end of the day, shit's not going to go our way. So, but Mowbray's in the ring with Rooney. Now, Mowbray, his trade, I think, is a manager, a tactician, a genius on the football pitch. Rooney, not the smartest box of matches around, is he? So, you know what I mean? If you get outfoxed or out-tricked by Rooney, then guess what? Something's gone wrong a little bit there. But anyway, enough about that. Rooney's probably going to do us over on Tuesday night. Anyway, 31,367 on a good day. Probably nowhere near that this Tuesday. And of course, it won't be anywhere near that next season because we're going to be stuck in the Championship. Of course, Darrell Ann's captain nearest match is Preston North End. That's looming. Of course, the Preston North End game is losing. Bournemouth, of course, we've done there. 15th was my pick, was our result last season. 20-1 at the start of the season and 10-1 to go the 10th was my pick at the start of the campaign. Let's take a look then, of course, Rovers' resume. The next 6 matches are all winnable on when we were in good form, but right now they all look ominous for me. Reading, away day. Coventry, of course, kicking into gear, just smash Sheffield United 4-1. That's going to be tricky. Blackpool, of course, going to go back to Ewood Park for the first time in a few years. Peterborough, of course, they're grinding out some results down there under new management, and Stoke City as well. So let's not look at these as givens because they're bloody well not, including Reading this coming Saturday. Let's take a look at the stats then. Pretty much that left-hand side has not moved a bloody inch in the best part of a year since January. I think it might have moved a little bit, but to be honest with you, it hasn't moved. It hasn't. I think the only thing that's changed is Gallagher from 5 to 6, and that was, of course, the QPR or the matey boy got. In fact, scrap that. A couple of little bits in there did move, but ultimately it's been the same shit for a while now. Can we change it up a little bit? Can we get Gallagher on to 7 goals? Can we get Cadra on to 6? Dolan 5. Let's move him up a little bit. Of course, the discipline. Buckley is on a tightrope here. Could get himself suspended very, very soon if he picks up a yellow card any day now. As for the Reds now, of course, Lenihan and Nyambi and Van Heck with red. Carter did give a red, but of course it's been scritched off because on Pompey's books moving forward. Of course, the Alexes are standing by, both with different opinion, both from different sort of, I think they're both from the same kind of generation. But anyway, let's go back down to South Africa and, of course, get Alex Holmesy's take on his starting 11 for the game coming at you this Tuesday at Ewood Park. What you got for the starting 11? Maybe mix it up a little bit formation-wise or go a little bit wild card, give it to us straight.
So going into this game, I mean, we know that Mowbray is pretty loyal to the players that he uses. I don't think he's going to make wholesale changes to this team, maybe 1 or 2 around and about. I think we do need a bit of a change of transformation here. I'm hoping that he'll go for the 4-1-2-3. So I'm thinking we've got Kaminsky in goals, possibly pushing out Linehan to right back. I think out of the back three, he's probably the most likely to go there. Van Hecker and Wharton in the middle, and Pickering on the left. Then got Travis, I think a role that's more accustomed to him, just sweeping in front of those back two, just picking up the loose ball, getting it forward, and then having in front of him Rothwell and Buckley. A lot of talk about Buckley's form at the moment. It hasn't been great, but perhaps not playing in that false nine might allow him a bit more creativity, a bit more structure to his game than that free roaming false nine that he's got. And then up front, Cadra on the left, Gallagher in the middle, and Dolan on the right. Those three interswapping. We all know Gallagher will probably end up on the left wing or the right wing, probably for the whole match. But it would be nice to see those two on the left and right terrorising the defence and getting balls into the middle. Hopefully Cadra can learn to pass this game. I've seen a bit of criticism of him being a bit selfish, so hopefully he gets that ball in. And then possibly with Gilo coming on 60 minutes, get the balls in there, crossing it in if we need something like that, and another 20 minutes for Dak, and then possibly reverting to him playing in that false nine. I think that's perfect for him. And yeah, that's the side that I think will come out versus Derby.
Over in the UK, of course, Haben is standing by. Alexander, of course, he likes to keep it kind of straight and narrow. But of course, does he mix it up a little bit? Alexander, give us an alternative spin on the formation that Mowbray should consider Tuesday night.
Right, my 11 would be Kaminsky, Lenihan, Van Heck, Wharton, JRC on the right, Pickering on the left, Travis obviously, and I think stick with Rothwell. I sort of accept that Rothwell does get the team forward. I do want more from Rothwell. I want goals and assists from Rothwell, but he does get the team up the pitch. So, we need that. So, I'll keep Rothwell in there. Gallagher, I'll keep Gallagher because of work rate. He really needs a goal. I really hope he gets a goal. But just for his work rate, it's good to have him driving forward. And then you got Cadra for me, was really good in the last game. Really unlucky not to score. Hit the crossbar. He looks sharp. He does look good. He looks, looks like he's not far off a goal. So I'd definitely keep Cadra in. Then for me, the change I would make would be Dolan for Buckley. I would like to play them both, but at the top end of the pitch, I'd rather have Dolan because I just think he adds more, causing problems at the top end of the pitch. So I'd do that. But you could, it would be nice to fit Buckley in somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where. So he could be a sub, I suppose, or take Rothwell's place, maybe. And the bench, the same really. Johnson, Buckley or Dolan, Brown, Giles, Stugakis, who's obviously impressed Tony recently, and Dak. So really hoping Dak comes on and does the business. You know, he was really unlucky in the last game not to score, but he's bound to be a bit rusty. You know, yeah. So I hope that, you know, this is it. You know, this is the game where he delivers. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic, and I think they'll respond. So yeah.
All right, thanks for that, guys. I'll check back with you in a little bit, of course. So, yeah, this is the resume for Rovers coming into this game. Not great, is it? Just 1 win in 5 for them. Of course, that one win was against QPR. Feels like a lifetime ago. And, of course, since then, we haven't scored a goal. Of course, just 1 goal in the last 9. It's a stat that's like tattooed on my bloody forehead. And there's a big forehead on there as well. So, don't even go there. Of course, Derby coming to this, of course, playing the games at Pride Park. We did play that at their place, and we did pick up the win. We'll elaborate on that in a minute. Captain, I think it may be Davies, maybe Lawrence. Let me know down below. Forest, of course, is the nearest match. Bournemouth, of course, the furthest they'll travel. 21st last time around, 50-1 they were to go the distance. 24th was my pick at the start of the season. They're doing all right. They're grinding out results, and of course, they could still get themselves out of it if they were to pull their finger out. Of course, this is the resume. They did lose to Bournemouth, but prior to that, picked up a 2-0 win over Barnsley. They did lose to Cardiff, they did lose to Luton, and of course, they did lose to Millwall as well. But they are at least scoring goals. 3 goals in the last 5. That's 2 more than we have over the last 9. Goodness gracious me, that's a horrible stat. Lawrence, of course, 9 goals so far this season. Cousin Richards, Davies, Morrison, of course, are the top goal scorers there. The Byrne has got himself 10 yellow, so has Lawrence has got 8, Davies 7, Morrison's got 7 as well. Stearman, Morrison, Byrne, and Lawrence got red cards to the name. Of course, kicking on forward, what do you guys hope? The Alexes, would you swipe anybody from Derby's books and, of course, put them in the blue and white halves? Who would you take if you were given this chance to shine right now?
I just want to quickly add that that Giles could be a good late sub for Pickering if we need a bit more attacking threat. Could be, but you know, we need him to deliver the assists or goals. But yeah, okay. So who I would choose from Derby, the player I would have is a former Rovers player. Is Lawrence, formerly on loan at Rovers, with 9 goals and 5 assists. He can play anywhere across the attack, and you know, you can't ignore 9 goals and 5 assists. And he could be a summer option for Rovers. I mean, he's been linked with a return, and you know, finances permitting. I wouldn't say I think it's really going to happen, but if Venky's could make it happen, I'd love to see Lawrence back. He's a kind of player that I think would flourish in, you know, the way Rovers play, the way they want to play. So he'd fit right into the front, any of the front 3 places for me. Ravel Morrison would also be useful as an attacking midfielder. You know, he could also play in that attacking midfielder role. He'd be good too.
I don't think there's anybody really that I would take into the Blackburn side. You know, there's Ravel Morrison. He comes with, I suppose, that old school pedigree. He was at United, been around the block a bit. Still a youngish chap, 28, 29. Not a bad player when he's on song. Possibly him. There's of course also Tom Lawrence, who's at Derby, who had a stint, I think, 2014-2015 season. He's possibly worth a place in the squad, but really speaking, I don't think there's anyone I would say is outright better than our current crop. They are a struggling side, let's be honest. They're second last in the league, and their results show that.
Appreciate that, guys. We'll check back for you one more time, of course, for your prediction. But, of course, this is my lineup for them coming at you. Also up between 6 Buchanan. That's not right. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. I'll check back with you one more time a little bit later on. But, of course, this is my lineup I expect for Derby County to turn out on Tuesday night. We've got also between 6 Buchanan, Cassin at the back, yes, youngster Davies. And then we've got Byrne on the right-hand side. Bird, Bilic, Morrison, Lawrence, Kazim Richards, and Sibley up top. It could be a little bit different than that there. Maybe Plonge starts up top. There was another fella in the pocket or supporting the trio or the duo up top. But I'm going to go with that one myself. Kicking on forward, this is Derby's resume heading out to this game. Of course, Coventry on the weekend. Then, of course, the international break where they'll take on Preston North End, then Swansea, Fulham, and then QPR into the month of deep into the month of April there. Let's take a look at some of the stats then coming at you. Rovers on the left-hand side, Derby on the right. Of the possession-based stats, so Rovers 42% of it is in the middle third, 30% going forward, 29% going defensively. Meanwhile, Derby go 43% in the middle, 31% in the defensive third, 27% in the opposition third. As for the Rovers' directions, of course, we prefer the right-hand side to the left. Derby prefer the left to the right. As for, of course, shot grid, Rovers 18 in the 18-yard box 57% of the time. That's where the shots are coming from. 36 long ranges, 7% in that scrappy W area. The Bradley Dack zone that we're going to rename that once he gets on the score sheet. Kicking on forward though, Derby 54% of their shots are in the 18-yard box, 5% in that scrappy W area, 41% in the outside of the box. Of course, as for the shot direction, Rovers preferring the left to the right, and of course Derby doing the same. Kicking on forward then, let's take a look at the recent form. Just one win at Ewood now. Goodness gracious me, that's one win in 4 at Ewood. 1 goal at the last 4 games at Ewood. In fact, 2 goals at the last 6 games at Ewood. Pretty shitty stuff. As for Derby though, 6 defeats on the spin on the road. How can we, if you can't do this, Mowbray, I know our form's down, Derby's form's down. Turn this ship around. Turn the motherfucking Titanic around, you son of a bitch. Get us back on track. Let's go. Get on. Just give us hope that there's a playoff run at the end of the season. I'm not asking for a promotion. All I want is top 6. Get top 6. Get yourself a new deal. Next season's the season we should get target for promotion. Next season's the one that you should be looking forward to. You should be building for this. Get rid of the deadwood. But just give us the hopes that we are going to be, we can be contenders next season. Get us in the top 6. Make us Barnsley, for fuck's sakes, for last season. Anyway, let's take a look at it. Of course, 28 times they played each other since 1996. 12 wins for Rovers, 9 wins for Derby, and 7 draws. Just 1 win in 6 for Rovers, 33% form. 2 wins in 6 for Derby right now. Also 33% form for them at the moment. Our biggest win over them was a 4-0 win. The biggest win over us was a 3-0 win. We scored 3 goals compared to their 26, which picks up a 1.18 goal a game ratio compared to their 0.93. As for the last 6, this is at Ewood Park. We've picked up 4 wins, just 1 defeat and 1 draw. That 1 defeat was all the way back in 2014. It was a 3-2 win for Derby. Rudy Stead on the score sheet for Rovers. Jimmy Ward with a brace. Will Hughes as well. Keogh with a big fat OG. So 4 wins on the bounce, I think. Yes, it is. Just 1 goal conceded in the last 4 games against Derby. That's again at Ewood Park. Let's take a look at the last 6, both home and away. Of course, a 2-1 win for us at Pride Park earlier this season. I like it. So we actually got 3 games unbeaten against them. Of course, just and 2 of those we're at Pride Park. Wow. So make it 4. Make it 4, maybe, please. This is bloody Wayne Rooney. No disrespect. Of course, 37 times we've played so far this season. Of course, across the championship, 1 goal on average for both of the sides. 11 shots for Rovers, 10 for Derby. We're better in the air as expected. They're better on the ground. Better pass success rate as well. So there's proof in the pudding there. As for, of course, the away day, the home stats that come out of the away day stats, we pick up on average still 2 goals a game at Ewood Park. It feels like a lifetime ago since we had a goal, let alone 2. 13 shots as well, 2 yellow cards for Rovers, 5 corners on average, and again, better on the air, they're better on the ground, better on the passing as well. As for, of course, what are we looking at? The goals then. 46 goals for Rovers this season, 36 for Derby, 29 through open play for Rovers, 8 set pieces, 4 counter-attacks, 4 penalties and 1 OG. We did have a couple of penalties in recent times, but both of them have been missed. We like bloody England. We can't bloody find the back of the net. Get the penalties. Give it to bloody Kaminsky. Give it to somebody. Meanwhile, 36 goals for Derby, 22 through open play, 9 set pieces, 2 counter-attacks, 2 penalties and 1 OG. Conversion rate 11%, conversion rate 10% for Derby on this one. That's the goals scored. Goals conceded, 37 for Rovers, 41 for Derby, 28 through open play, 6 set pieces, 1 counter-attack, 1 penalty and 1 OG. As for them, 26 goals have been conceded through open play, 8 set pieces, so weakness, 3 counter-attacks, 2 penalties and 2 OGs. They have a conversion rate of 9, just like us, percentage-wise. As for, of course, what we expect, this is the Taylor tape from WhoScored.com. This is what they expect Here we go. For me, it's been a load of dog shit recently because I read this, I get hopes that we're going to get some goals here, but it's been a load of dog shit. So take from what you will from these stats, but this is what they expect. Rovers' strengths: counter-attacks, long shot opportunities, creating chances through individual skill, creating scoring chances, defending set pieces, aerial duels, and protecting the lead. Our weaknesses: keeping possession of the ball, or avoiding offside, defending against through ball attacks, and putting the ball in the back of the net. That's not on there. I'm just adding that. Meanwhile, style of players attacking down the right, long balls, through balls often, are taking a lot of shots, aggressive, consistent first 11, and opponents play aggressively against us. Derby's strengths: creating chances through individual skill. Their weaknesses: aerial duels, avoiding individual areas. Their style of players: long shots, attack down the left, playing in their own half. They allow opponents to play aggressively against them, and they're also aggressive themselves. The forecast: Rovers will be shown a high number of cards, will be a high number of cards shown. Rovers will dominate in the air. Derby will be shown a high number of cards, so it could be a bit of a feisty one, this one. Of course, the journey so far, Derby have been rock bottom for the most part. They've made a bit of a solid effort to get out of the drop zone. Of course, they were handicapped with that points deduction, double points deduction this season, but of course they keep on trucking. Rovers, for how on earth we've done this, we've remained in the top 6 for we've been in there for a long time now, and we're on the cusps. A defeat here or a draw, and we could be out. And of course, if we're out, guess what? We're already down. We're already down in the dumperinos. To visually see us go out could be soul crushing, of course. On the horizon, Dak did make his comeback. Of course, the past game there, not great. He had a couple of good chances, penalty, and of course a good chance to get on the score sheet. So is there. I think we have this game here, and of course Saturday will be more substitute appearances, and hopefully on the return we will have Diaz back, we'll have Dak back. Of course, two creative and attacking players that could regain the confidence for Blackburn Rovers on this one. So take a look at the form team then. Of course, Huddersfield are the form team. Millwall are second, and Fulham are in third. Rovers down there in the relegation form alongside Stoke and Peterborough. West Brom also in pretty shit shape. That's of course both that's across home and away. Rovers home form, of course, has taken a bit of a battering. Now we're down into 18th. 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 of the last 6. Not great for us. We're looking at Derby here. The home form for them, of course, is pretty decent in 8th, but unfortunately they're playing on the road, and they are relegation form down there. Just picked up 0 points of the possible 18. So let's take a look at some of the stats then. Of course, Swansea, the best possession-based side by a distance. Of course, Fulham, Bournemouth, Sheffield United and QPR. The most aggressive is Rovers, 86 yellows, 4 reds. Cardiff, Stoke, Derby and Bournemouth. Very lot of yellow cards combined there. Area duels 1, Stoke are leading in that one. Rovers are second. Millwall, West Brom and Cardiff. Shots per game, Fulham lead the charge. West Brom, Coventry, Sheffield United and Bournemouth on that one. Pass accuracy, we have Swansea, Fulham, Bournemouth, Sheffield United and QPR. What's going on elsewhere this week? Birmingham against Middlesbrough, you would fancy, but Middlesbrough maybe, but their away form has not been great. Bournemouth against Reading, you'd fancy Bournemouth to really extend that lead now into second spot and of course break away from the chasing pack. Barnsley against Bristol City, they've been on a really good form. You don't know about that one. West Brom against Fulham, I fancy a bit of an upset there. West Brom to get themselves back in the thick of things. Luton Town against Preston will be difficult to call. Coventry against Hull City, despite their 4-1 win. I don't know about Coventry, I really don't. There are a mysterious package. Millwall against Huddersfield, the 2 informed sides. Could be end up a ball draw on that one. Blackpool against Sheffield United, tough one there. Forest against QPR, a bit of a playoff 6-pointer. Cardiff against Stoke, and of course Peterborough against Swansea. So yeah, who knows? Who bloody knows where we'll be at the end of it? Of course, we are 5th. So Forest against QPR. Forest do us a favour. They'll get up to 58 points just like us. And of course, hopefully we can get a win against Derby County and then move maybe back into 4th spot in the end. Of course, that's the state of play there. Derby, of course, into 23rd. A win for them. They can mathematically go to 22nd, which will put them on 27 points. And we're then touching distance of Reading. And of course, we take them on next, of course. But anyway, let's, of course, look at the goal scoring stats. Solanke is now in second spot because Diaz has been on a bit of an extended break with his damaged foot. He's going out to Chile, Santiago, to take on Brazil and Uruguay. You tell me, and Giles has been on the books. He hasn't budged with his assists on 9. He's now been replaced by other folks down there. Of course, the Alexes have been standing by, eagerly waiting to give me their prediction. Of course, they are here. Give it to me straight, Alexes. Let's go first to England. Haben, what you got for the scoreline? And then, of course, we'll go over to South Africa.
Right, I'm not quite as close to the camera this time, so you'll be relieved. So, yes. I am optimistic, and I do think that Tony will sort the defence out. He'll say, you've got to defend for 9 until the ref blows the final whistle, right? Don't just, not do that after 9, in added time. So I think he'll sort that out and make them solid again. And I think they can deal with Derby. I think we got enough. We're capable of keeping Derby at bay. So I'm going to go optimistic, and I'm going to go crazy big. I'm going to go 3-0 to Rovers, because it is optimistic, granted, because we haven't been scoring for, it feels like forever. But I think it's just got to happen. I just feel like this is the game where things have just got to click into place. It feels like this is the time for things to finally work out for Rovers. And I'm predicting Kadra to get one, because he hit the crossbar. He's looked dangerous. He's looked sharp. He's looked good. He's really impressed me. And then I would be playing Dolan from the start, and I think if you play him from the start, I think he's got every chance to get one. So I'm saying Dolan gets one, and I'm saying Dak comes on to to a hero's welcome, and gets the third goal, because he looked good. Obviously not fully match fit, but he still looked dangerous. He was very unlucky not to score with a few opportunities. He is rusty. Obviously, that showed with the penalty. But yeah, I fancy Dak to grab one. He still looks a real threat. So that's my optimistic prediction. Okay.
So for me, it's a must-win game for Rovers. I think we're looking to put things right. I'm saying 3-0 to Blackburn. A goal to Dolan, Cole to Bucko, and Dak to put things right from the weekend.
Appreciate that, boys. Of course, thank you very much for standing by. Thank you very much for your input on the game. I look forward to it myself. I'm actually going to, despite all the gut wrenching stuff that's been going on for me for Rovers watching, I believe we're going to win this game 2-0 and get the win, maintain playoffs for another week. And hopefully the results go our way, and maybe we can have a little bit of a spotlight at the end. But that's it, guys. Be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. We'll be back, of course, for the build-up for Reading coming at you this coming weekend. But until then, let's all focus on Derby. Derby. Let's get over the way and hopefully get the W. But until then, boys, we're done right now.